Moscow President Vladimir V. Putin of Russia said on Wednesday that individual athletes could decide for themselves whether to compete in the 2018 Winter Games in South Korea, after the Russian Olympic team was barred because of a doping program. His mild response was something of a surprise. He had previously described the eventual punishment of foregoing team uniforms, the flag, and the national anthem as a humiliation. Mr. Putin, who has never admitted the existence of a systematic doping program like the one described by Olympic officials, was notably milder on Wednesday, saying that those who were guilty should be punished. First of all, we need to say straight that to some extent we are guilty ourselves because we gave pretext for this, Mr. Putin said in televised remarks. Second, I think this pretext was used in a not completely honest way, to say the least. While he said he would not prevent athletes from competing, he questioned why they should not do so under their own flag. Undoubtedly, we will not declare any blockade, will not prevent our Olympic athletes from participating, if any one of them wants to participate in their personal capacity, Interfax quoted the Russian president as saying during a visit to a factory in the city of Nizhny Novgorod. Mr. Putin's remarks were delivered after a day of vociferous national discussion. Some Russians, including many senior officials, lambasted the conditions imposed by the International Olympic Committee as an indignity and called for a boycott. Others, perhaps more sympathetic to the plight of the athletes, said that Russians should compete whether they carried the flag or not. Most Muscovites hurrying through a pelting snowstorm said they considered the ban yet another politicized decision meant to punish Russia. In their place I would not go to the Olympics, said Nadezhda Lazareva, a middle-aged woman clutching shopping bags and burying her head inside a large, furry hood. It is a political decision, 100%. Maria Zakharova, the spokeswoman for the Russian Foreign Ministry, struck a common theme with a post on her Facebook page saying there was a constant onslaught from the West aimed at destroying Russia: world wars, the collapse of the Soviet Union, and, lately, economic sanctions. They are always trying to put us down in everything: our way of life, our culture, our history, and now sport as well, she wrote. State television, which often receives Kremlin guidelines for its reporting, was notably muted, even conciliatory, even before Mr. Putin had spoken. It noted that the committee had acknowledged that Russia has tried to improve matters, that the country could appeal the decision, and that the entire affair might turn out fine. There was a marked lack of the usual jingoism, although one main state broadcaster announced within minutes of the ban that it would not show the games. The ban thrust Russia into its greatest international sporting crisis since before the Soviet Union collapsed, when the West led a boycott of the 1980 Olympics in Moscow over the Russian invasion of Afghanistan. The Kremlin later reciprocated, withdrawing its bloc of countries from the 1984 Olympics in Los Angeles.